Hey there folks. So in a previous video we looked at level instances and how we can make a kind of prefab combination of assets put together as a level actor. So we've already done this, we've gone through, we've made this walkway in the other video. And remember, the key thing about a level instance is that any actor could be in there. We can have blueprints, so if you want to have anything that's interactive, we can have lights, particles and things like that. Now, to do that, we were going to here and going, let's go to level, and we did a level instance. But we also talked about what is this option here, the create packed level actor. Well, it's very similar to a level instance. If I click on this, I've selected a whole bunch of different meshes out here. But if I select this, what it's actually going to do is it's going to create a level instance and a blueprint that's going to read from it. And it's going to be the exact same kind of thing of, you know, a modular prefab, but it's only static meshes. So it can only create meshes, and it's really great for kind of having reproducible, reusable elements and also having better performance for them. So you can see this option here, new packed level actor. It's the same as the level instance option. It's going to ask you where you want your pivot, or whether you want to have your pivot as a specific actor. So I'm going to say center min. And then when it goes here, it says, let's create the new map. So it's the same as this walkway thing that I've got here. I'm creating a level actor. So I'm going to go li underscore, and we'll just call this barrier. And then once you've done this with a level instance, it would just be done with that map. But here, after we've done that, it's then going to ask us to create this BPP. So it's going to ask us to create a packed blueprint. And you see here, li, it's referring and linking to that barrier level instance that we've just made. So if I go save, I'm just going to keep it as exactly the same thing. And what you should see now, so once that's finished saving, if I go in my content browser and have a look, here we go. You'll see that I've got a blueprint file and I've got the level instance file that reads from it. Now, if you go into the blueprint file, what you'll see is there is actually there we go, exactly the same as a normal blueprint. But the key thing here is that we're not adding any functionality in here. What it's actually done is it's turned these things into instant static meshes or hierarchical instant static meshes. So that's going to be obviously really great for our performance. It's going to allow us to reduce down the amount of actual rendering draw calls and consideration we're going to have to do for every single one of these static meshes where things are being reused and reproduced. You can go through and start adding some things in here, but it's worth pointing out that that actually reads from that level instance file that we've got over there. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go and have a look at our other map for a moment, which is where we've been doing our testing for these things, and just save those ones that we just made. And now I can drag in that pack level blueprint, and you can see reusable. Obviously do a whole lot of work with that. We can also drag in the level instance, and we can also do some work onto that. So you can see edit level instance. It's the same as a normal level instance, but what if I wanted to have another one of those barriers? Well, I'm going to confirm that. I'll go to exit, save my changes, and that level instance file there has now been updated. So if I was to drag in another one of those, you can see every single one of them is using that. So far, same as the level instance. This one here, the pack level blueprint version, hasn't actually updated with that one. So what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to actually come into here and we're going to have to tell this that it needs to update. So if you have made that and you want to make any changes, obviously we can come in here and we can think about making those changes inside of the actual editor, but we don't want to come in here and have to start adding our own instant static meshes and hierarchical instant static meshes. There's a whole process that's going on behind the scenes here where it's working out which ones of these meshes appear multiple times and obviously making instance versions of those. So instead, what you want to do is the level instance you've just been editing, after you've been editing it, and this is where I would highly recommend having a test level like this, putting the stuff in, making changes, making edits, and once you've done that, use Control B to find that. So you can see here I've got this li barrier, the one we've just been working on. I'll right click it and I'll just go update packed blueprints. You can see now that's made a change over here because obviously it's got the save icon on it. Let's just right click and save that there, and you can see that that should have added that extra ramp here. Now the one in the world, see, obviously has disappeared and messed around. I've just moved it and it's just updated for me. So maybe just a right click and just refresh those things. You can also, obviously, once you've got it in there, just go through and just update anything or reload those actors if there's any changes to that. But there you go, that's a new one of those, and any new ones that I drag in have that change as well. Okay, so that's the two options. We've looked at level instances in the other video. This one is looking at pack level blueprints. Remember, the difference there is that level instances can have any actor, put blueprints, interactive elements like doors, maybe trees and rocks, things that you're destroying and collecting from. Whereas a packed level blueprint is only static meshes, but it finds all of the duplicated meshes and it'll convert those to instant static meshes or hierarchical instant static meshes for better performance. Now with this, what I would look at is I'd look at maybe using our actor palette from the previous videos, having a look at some of these kind of things like, the buildings, any of these pieces that we've got, and you could build yourself a whole building. And then once you've got that, you can convert that, save that into a pack level blueprint. So there's no reason that you have to keep on going in and making every single building over and over again. If you've got the pieces, make one building and then make a prefab version out of that you can just keep on using for modularity. It's going to save you loads of time. Thanks for watching, folks. If you enjoyed this video, then please consider subscribing to access more of my Unreal Engine content.